students who are gallery sitting, they have said the same thing, that they are here for 4 or 5 hours and they walk around the gallery to check that everything looks good, that all the paintings are hanging properly on the wall level and so on, and they look at them, and each time they see something different.
That's Natalie Ferrier, gallery director and curator of the Higgins Art Gallery at the Cape Cod Community College. She's talking about the George McNeil exhibit currently on display.
So right now we are looking at a very interesting exhibition by George McNeil. So George McNeil was an abstract expressionist painter. So he was part of a strong art movement, and he was also connected to Provincetown.
McNeil was one of the founding members of the American Abstract Artist Group. His work appears in collections at well-known museums such as MoMA and the Smithsonian, but he spent his summers from 1948 through the early 60s in Provincetown's art colony. His daughter Helen maintains a Cape Cod residence today, and it was through that Cape Cod connection that she agreed to loan work to the Higgins Gallery, where Ferrier's museum studies students designed and hung the show.
So these are in fact from a private collection. It's in fact from Helen McNeil, the daughter of George McNeil, and so she is the person in charge of the estate of her father, and so she herself made the decision that she would love to lend the paintings to the school because her own father was teaching at Pratt in Brooklyn back in the 50s and later on. So she felt that showing in a college was an appropriate place. So we feel extremely privileged to have these amazing works.
The George McNeil exhibit offers a glimpse at an inflection point in art history.
They were a group of artists who decided to break with what was made prior to their work. They wanted to break the form and just let basically their impulses go on basically on the canvas. Here is my favorite painting, and it's called Estuary. I really feel the movement, and I feel the element of water. When we look at a painting like this, we have all this white on the top, but basically there's a whole, there are like different stories underneath, and we see little bits of the other stories coming through.
The gallery has added 2 events bringing insight into abstractionist art history, along with a Cape Cod overlay. On April 7th at 2 p.m., McNeil's daughter Helen will be leading a personal tour at the gallery. And on April 14th, the gallery hosts Christine McCarthy, CEO of the Provincetown Art Association Museum, in an Accessible to All webinar.
People can be a little afraid of abstract art because somehow they can feel that, oh, maybe they don't know enough about art history. At the same time, I think the painters at that time, they were also so ready to basically say, well, we are not saying that the past doesn't exist, but in a way, it was really like a ground zero and just starting something completely different and completely new. In this gallery, yes, we are looking at the birth of abstract American art, which is so exciting.